It's hard to believe that this particular individual is 75 years old. Absolutely. Discovered on a Blackpool pier in 1948, he became an international icon for children of so many ages. But like all good things, sadly, there's something of a dark side too. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to see you today. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining me. And yes, we all have our icons, do we not? Particularly when we're growing up, there are certain things that just stick with you. I mean, many people who watch this show know I love Scooby-Doo, but only original versions, not the versions that we see today, the brand new versions. They don't really resonate as much, do they? But one icon that I've been lucky enough to meet in the children's world is none other than this. That's right, Sooty the bear. Now, Sooty was discovered, as I say, on a pier in Blackpool way back in 1948, all by the very clever man indeed, Harry Corbett. Now, I've got to tell you that we have a very special affection towards Sooty in our house because my beautiful mum was one of the very first ladies to perform on stage with Harry when he did his very first big children's shows. Not only that, she was also one of the very first children to appear on television with him too. You see, showbiz connections, it can help. But back to the story. What's interesting here is that Sooty, as I say, is now 75 years old, still going strong. And as I say, for many generations, was such a big, big thing. Not only that, merchandise-wise, Harry Corbett was very shrewd. There were annuals. There was, of course, the glove puppet, and then very quickly he was joined by a plethora of other people, including Sooty, Sweep, and Sue. Now, this particular lady here that you're seeing is also very instrumental in the success of Sooty and Sweep and Sue. Connie Crichton appearing on stage with none other than the brilliant Alan Scott at the Little Theatre in Southport a few years back now. But what's interesting is, as we know, when people decide to change, move on, and perhaps retire due to ill health, then of course it's their prerogative. And in the case of Sooty, Harry Corbett decided to hand it down to his son, Matthew Corbett. All was going very well until Harry decided that he got a little bit bored being retired. You know what it's like. So he changed his mind and wanted to come back. And according to a very good source, this resulted in something of a family feud. So much so that eventually it was sort of, shall we say, put together, and Harry was allowed to continue performing with Sooty, but only on the East Coast, creating something of a family problem. Now, Matthew himself decided to retire from handling Sooty a few years back, and now it's in the very capable and safe hands of the brilliant Richard Cadell, who you can see here. But as I say, Sooty at 75 still remains an icon for so many children around the world. He's enjoyed spectacular success, and there are talks of Sooty the movie. Now, if you don't know Sooty, do look him up. But more importantly, if you do know Sooty, what were your memories? Did you ever see him in pantomime? Did you ever see the live stage shows? Did you have a Sooty yourself? It's always fun to look back at nostalgia, is it not? And Sooty is very much a part of everybody's nostalgia, particularly here in the United Kingdom. And I'm told he was very popular in Canada and Australia too. As ever, do let me know in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.